Everybody, how's everybody doing today? I hope you had a blessed, magnificent day. I know I did. A little tired, but I had to push through because I had already set this up to stream tonight. Now, tonight we're talking about the book of Job, and we're going to talk about, and I got my notes because I have to make sure that it correlates with the Bible because I want everybody to fully, thoroughly understand that a lot of books in the Bible are not literal form. They are truly allegories that we should read in the spirit. Book of Job. Okay, Job is a book that symbolizes what goes on with inside of an individual. We both have two heavens. If we know anything about our chakra system, it's seven chakras on our body. Root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye, and your crown. So when you do the Lord's Prayer, using your chakras from the ground up, it's our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, which is in heaven. Okay, and we're going to complete the whole prayer on your Bible, on your body, because we are the seals. The seals that they talk about in Revelation, the seals are on our body. Now, mind you, we have more than seven chakras because we have chakras that are above the crown and we have chakras that go deep down into the earth. So we are highly dimensional beings, and Paul talks about the many dimensions in the Bible. Jehovah is the spiritual law of our existence, our higher self, which comes from here. Great thoughts. Okay, so Job, in the beginning of the story, the devil and God were talking, and the devil wanted to, do something to Job, and God said, okay, well, you try him. Try him if you want to try him. Mind you, Satan is not an outside being from us. Everything that happens outside of us is only everything that's happening inside of us. So on your chakras, there's two heavens. You have a heaven in your sacral chakra, and you have a heaven that's in your crown. Higher thinking, more positive thoughts come from above. That lower thinking, somebody's going to do something to me, I need to be protected, or I'm in danger. Well, now I will tell you, your crown will tell you that too. That, like, if you're in danger, if you're in a place that you don't need to be in. But your sacral chakra, those are your lower parts, your lower thoughts. So in Job, a lot of things that was going on in the book of Job were really internal, not external. Yes, he did have the boils and stuff to come out on him, but the more he focused on those things, those were the things that he manifested. Job even said it himself in the Bible, the thing that I feared was the thing that happened. Anything that you focus on, whether it be negative or positive, it's only our will that's being done. If we don't come from a place of love in every situation, I don't care what it is. Police pull you over. Why even think lower thoughts about that? Why even think thoughts of something that's going to happen to you? I really don't get pulled over by the police, but last time I got pulled over, I got a warning because that was my thought. I'm not going to get a ticket because I'm not going to pay the ticket. I will take a warning. Thank you. That was all I was thinking. That was it. That's the only thing I could think. Thank you for the warning. In Hebrew, Job in Hebrew means afflicted. It means coming back. It means to return to our senses. That's what the word Job means. Job understood that he was leaning in his own carnal mind. And even when his friends came, his friends were parts of opinions, parts of misguided information. they can only speak from the reference in which they knew. Just like most of us, we get into people's business and don't even know what's really going on. We hear their perception of what happened, and we all understand the part about is your truth and their truth, and then the truth that's in the middle, because everything is perception. Most people only call you to agree with them because they know that you perceive like them. Most of us won't pick up the phone and call somebody that's gonna not agree with us. We're gonna pick up the phone and call people that do agree, because we want people to be on our level at all times, whether we're coming from a high place or a low place. I'm gonna keep saying it. We all have free will. So God is not upset with you going to the lower part of you, because we all came from something. So we all have this ego which protects us from many things. So yes, we'll go to that lower part of us. And sometimes we go to that lower part in love. It just sounds ugly because you can't come from a high place when you're dealing with low people sometimes. And that's being for real. And you can't you can't go too high with people either. You have to find the balance. You have to meet people where they are. And the book of Job tells us that even when he had that conversation and set up under that tree and he started talking to God, one, that shows you we should be outside more. We should connect back to nature, because when you're in nature, you know all is well, all is perfect, all is as it should be. You can watch the animals and watch the trees and everybody just there. But us, we are the only ones that worry. We are the only ones that have anxiety. We are the only ones that hallucinate. And if you pay attention to your mind, from the time you wake up, you think. But then where are your thoughts? Are your thoughts high thoughts, or are you having low thoughts? Are you stuck in your head with your thoughts? Because life is about being a free will thinker. Getting outside of the box, getting outside of the teachings in which we have been taught. Going further, stretching our knowledge further. That is our true responsibility. Not to believe anything. Even like I'm doing these videos. I can do these videos till the cows come home. But it is your responsibility as a human being to question, why do you believe what you believe? And if I can do the research, I know you can do the research. I'm telling you, I know you can do the research. It's nothing stopping you from getting a metaphysical book. It's nothing stopping you from getting a Kabbalah. It's nothing stopping you from studying another religion just to open your mind. It's nothing stopping you from going to ucla.edu, looking up the Sumerian tablets. It's nothing stopping you from finding out the Emerald tablets. It's nothing stopping you from doing these things. It's nothing stopping you from finding out about, do I have chakras on my body, and what organs are my chakras connected to? And number one, always remembering, Jesus said you could do what I do. Why don't we believe? We believe one part, but we don't believe the other. We believe the negative stuff. And then why do we believe fear that's being taught? So like I said yesterday, people are afraid to live and afraid to die. They are afraid to be themselves. Your authentic self is the only thing that God expects from you. He doesn't expect anything other than who he created. You don't have to please anybody. You don't have to perfect yourself. You don't have to fit in. You don't have to dress like nobody, speak like nobody, look like nobody, live like nobody. And that's another form of slavery mentality, especially people of our color. Oh, we got it bad. We got to have the bigger house, the better car, the better clothes, and we're always in competition with one another. It's nothing to be competing against. Is that truly what you want in life? To always be in a competition and never be in a relaxed state, never enjoy where you are, never. And I'm not saying you got to stay where you are, But in order for God to bring something new into your life, guess what you got to do? You got to get grateful where you at. You got to get comfortable exactly where you are. And I mean, not just so comfortable you want to stay, but you got to get so comfortable that everything you put your hand on, you are immensely grateful for it. Because at one point in time, you didn't have those things. And then you had a thought, this is what I want. You focused on that thought. Okay, you got it. Now you get in these walls and, oh, I don't even like it. Because you forgot about that initial thought. We forget about the things that we asked for. And then we want to hold other people outside of us accountable for what we chose. There is no Indian named devil. There is only us, the decider. It's a decision that I cut somebody out and walk away. That's it. It's a decision that I allow somebody to cross the line with me or not. It's only me making that decision. I cannot honestly say the devil made me do nothing. No, Latiska chose to do everything that she ever did, and she holds herself accountable. I'm not going to teach nobody to hold something outside of them accountable because all exists inside of us. Heaven and hell is inside of us. You can be nice and you can be hell. And that's the truth. When you really look at life, that's anybody. And you hear people say, well, people get out of church and they get out of church and they cuss. That's because now they're back in their carnal mind. Something has triggered them and they are back in their carnal mind. Period. Not only that, the carnal mind concept, they're back in their ego. Because anytime you can look at anybody and separate yourself from that person, that means you have separated yourself from the thing that gives you life. God is a part of each and every person here on this planet, each and every living thing on this planet. If you can honestly look at someone else and think that you are separate from that, we have been deceived. We should have been taught oneness. We weren't taught oneness. We were taught separation. And we separate ourselves daily from, I'm talking about just the assumptions we come up with. Look at how she looked. Look at how she dressed. Oh, look at where they live. All of that. The Bible, what is it? Jesus said, John 7:24, Jesus said, do not judge by the appearance, but do all judge each other. But we do. We look at each other and we have some of the most negative stuff to say, but we are the believers that believe in a God where Jesus said, don't judge. But we got something so critical to say. If we don't agree with it, oh, we got something to say about it. You don't never have to agree with nobody. But at the same time, there's nothing to discuss because there's nothing to complain about. Either you can do the work and seek for yourself, even if you're just seeking to find another person out to be just wrong, I'm going to look. And then when I come back and I say something, I'm going to have something to say. Because I'm not going to keep saying the same thing because I'm stuck in that same box. I'm going to go do some research and I'm going to find out for myself. Most of us won't find out for ourselves. We're so used to people telling us what to do, whether it's our parents, our pastors, our aunts, uncles, teachers. When are we going to begin to think for ourselves? When are we going to use the mind that God gave us? Most of us only use 10% of it. And then the ones that do seek knowledge, do you even share the knowledge that you have? Why not? Because you're fearful. Most of us are fearful of what somebody else is going to say. I could care less what somebody say about me. I gave up that ghost a long time ago. I cannot be concerned about another's opinion because at the end of the day, that's only your perception. And if you're not growing or elevating and you're judging, that means you're coming from a carnal mind because you won't even look. You won't even go outside. You won't even crack open a book, Google. Take 10 minutes out of your life to see for yourself. Do you know how many people I know are in the church and they study the Bible, but they study the Bible with a Webster's dictionary, have no idea what a metaphysical dictionary is? Do you know how many people that I know that have masters in theology that won't even walk in a church because they have studied ancient language, they have studied ancient artifacts, all the things that the Bible say that we're not supposed to do, as far as make up images about God and all these crosses and Jesus hanging up on the cross. Now, none of that is, we're not supposed to do any of that because there is no other God outside of us. If we don't serve ourselves, we're serving something else. And that's in every decision that we make. That comes from your solar plexus. If somebody asks you to go to the store, you say, I will. That means you agree to their will in your life. The I will, the I am of you, comes from your solar plexus, above your navel, up under your heart. That's your solar plexus. The I am, that thing, when you say I am such and such, you become that. You become that because it's your will being done here on earth. The more you say it, the more you become it. The more you not just say it, but do it. You become that thing. And through your doing, you are perfected. Not through investing in yourself. Invest in yourself enough to make a mistake, because that's the best teacher in the world, making a mistake. And this is coming from a girl from the School of Hard Knocks. The thing that I have learned the most from is when I have fallen. When I've fallen, that's when I can make a decision from that place in my life for the better of my life. See, when you're in the midst of the mess, you can't really make a clear decision because you're just like confused. You don't know which way to go. Can't figure it out for nothing in the world until the Creator sits you down. And then when you get set down, then that's when you can figure out something, because now you rest. And in 3 days, all of that will come to pass. In 3 days, game over. Magic has begun, because we all resurrect. And even when we wake up in the morning, we resurrect every morning. That's why I don't pick up my tonight when I go to sleep. This day over. I'm not picking this day up again. It's nothing I want to do on repeat from this day. It's a new day ahead of me. A day that the Lord has made, and I'm going to rejoice and I'm going to be glad in it. I'm going to be so grateful that I saw another day. Till I'm not going to pick up nothing from this day. This day is done with me. You count it on joy. And I'm going to get into bed and I'm going to say, Lord, thank you for this beautiful, blessed day. Thank you for the day that you allowed me to walk through. I was not hurt, harmed, or endangered. I traveled safely all day. I had some great conversations. You allowed me to make some money in my life. All these things I'm grateful for. Didn't fall. It's just a multitude of blessings. Guess what? It's before 8 o'clock. All my work was done. Lord, I thank you for this day. Thank you for Restream. Thank you for the book of Job. Thank you for showing me that the Bible is more about spirit than it is about literal form. Thank you for teaching me how to search for myself. And thank you for allowing me to understand that everybody's not going to agree with me. Some people are not even going to search for themselves. They'll just stand on the Bible that they believe in. They won't even search the Bible that they believe in. And then I'm going to say, I found people that will talk to me about the Bible that they believe in, and then they'll bring in commentaries. And then we have to question who were the writers of these commentaries, and what were their intentions. And then there are so many other commentaries we could read. Why is this one just so beneficial to you? Oh, because it coincides with what you want to believe. And again, we have the right to believe whatever it is we want to believe. Life is about freeing your mind. And once you free your mind and you become liberated and understand that all is well with God, is no hell to go to, only the hell that you create. There is nothing that's going to harm you, hurt you, endanger you, that you're always safe, always protected. Angels all around you, ancestors looking after you. You got spirit guides that guide you. And you really get good when you stay connected, that God is with me always. Then what harm can come my way? A weapon can form, but it's not going to form. It's not going to do nothing to me. Because the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not. And those are the principles that we should stand on. We should stand on the positivity. We should stand on the good side and not the fear-based. Because I just don't even understand why would the Romans create a religion. I kind of do, because we want to control the people. And that's what the Roman Empire was about, controlling people. So we're going to create a religion and we're going to control the people. And like I said, King James, they got down. But when they revised that Bible, they said, first of all, we didn't want slaves to read. Oh, but we're going to let them read the Bible. We're going to revise it first. Because in the Bible, we're going to have Jesus say, obey your masters. See, that's going to be a whole contradict right there. But that's in the Bible. But the book that they did choose to give slaves to read was the Bible. And in the Bible, it says not to fear. But that same Bible teaches fear. It teaches you're going to go to hell. That's why people scared to live. Scared to be free, scared to be authentic, scared to think, scared to say what they want to say, scared to live the way they want to live, scared to dress the way they want to dress. Pleasing others. Set your soul free from pleasing anybody because you are already pleasing to God. That same God that Jesus was pleasing to, guess who else is pleasing to? You are pleasing to God just as you are. God is the God that corrects. Nothing outside of you corrects and nothing outside of you judges. If it's something that you do or you feel like you've done that's wrong, guess where that conviction comes from? Within. It'll convict you and it'll keep you up at night. Because that higher part of you is saying, hold up, that's not how we condone ourselves. We weren't quite sovereign today, were we? We weren't walking in peace and we did not react in love. We responded in a carnal mind, just as Job did. Instead of him saying things had happened in his life that it was out of control, though he thought these things were going to happen, he focused on these things that were going to happen. He drew it to him. He even said it. The thing that I fear, it happened. That's how strong we are. Our minds are so powerful. All we have to do is use them. Use them in a positive, optimistic way. Not in a lower mind, dualistic thinking, as though we're not loved, as though love is not surrounding us, as though God does not wish the best for us. God does not wish hell on earth. It's on us that wish that, because those are the things that we've seen, and those are the things 9 times out of 10 most of us believe that we're not even worthy. We convict ourselves because of our own decisions, just as Job did. We forget Psalms 82:6. Ye are gods. All of you are sons of the Most High. And because we look at each other and say, oh, that's a male, that's a female, God is all there is. It's isness when it comes to God. God is not male. God is not female. God holds all energy. Manifest all things. for the glory and the purpose of experiencing itself. God looks and seeks for itself within others, proving itself to be real, proving itself to be true, seeking the light. Because I don't care how dark a hall is, the light is going to pierce through. It has no other choice. And we all have a shadow. All of us have shadow light, our dark ages. And through our dark ages, guess what? We learn how to turn on the light and know that all things work out for us. All things work for the good of us if we get out of the way of us. So let's be mindful that Job told a story about how powerful his mind was. His friends came in, which were parts, as we all have friends that have misinformation. They want to convict us. They want to judge us. But even when Job talked to God, God showed him that we can turn all this around, because now we're going to go to the higher self. And Job realized that he had been having lower thoughts. And that's not so hard for us to believe, because all it takes is for you to read the book. Read it in spirit and read it in truth. Ask God to reveal it unto you. Say, Lord, when I open this book, show me revelation of a text that I've read several times. Open this book unto my spirit so that I may see the thing that you are saying, soul to soul. Open my heart. Open my ears so that I may hear. Because Jesus said, people may talk, but I may not be able to hear. I may turn my hearing off because of this right here. But open my heart so that I may hear. Spirit, talk to me. And watch him do it for you. Watch him unlock that book just for you. If he can do it for me, I know he can do it for you. Now, I did meditations too. But even in my meditations, God began to show me some stuff. And I was knocked off my rock. I want you to understand, raised Christian. Been to many different churches. And my whole life believed. And to find what I believed in wasn't true. It was true, but wasn't true. And then I had to find my space. Where did I fit? I had convicted myself and judged myself of so many things. And just to know that I had never not been loved, that God had never left me, and to experience God for myself was all it took. It was game over. And since that day, I have been who I am. Because who I was is who I was, but who I am is who God created me to be. Authentically me. Sharing my heart, my soul with you. Hoping that your ears will hear, your hands will move, and you will seek this knowledge for yourself. We don't have to be trapped in a religion that gives us rules and regulations when we have free will. Just knowing that we have free will. So then how can you be in a box? How can somebody tell you what to do and it's a guideline on how to do it when you are the convictor of your own self? You can choose these paths for yourself. You don't need nobody doctoring over you. You got the book. The word is written in your heart. And we know how to meditate. So in that, we can walk into the revelation of self. the revelation of oneness, the revelation of there is no separation, the revelation of 82:6. We are all sons of the Most High. That everybody has a value and everybody has a worth. Everybody is a part of the body of Christ, no matter the color, no matter where they were born, no matter, none of that matters. It only matters to us because God has no respect to person. We do. That's the ignorance that we pass on to our children. Generations of it. God bless you. God keep you. And may all your life be on your higher mind, your God mind. Not of your lower man, not of your carnal, not of the carnal world, but of the eternal teachings of the Father. And always remember the law of the circle. That comes out, goes up, and comes back around. It shall be done unto you as you send it out to someone else. That is biblical. Now you can take it to the bank, cash that check. What you put out on somebody, especially if his evil is coming for you. And they will chase you down. Your curses chase you down too. So be mindful of your mouth. Be mindful of your ways. Those are things we should do, even me, because we know not what we do. When you're taught wrong, how do you know? But I can tell you this, you got 30 days to test yourself. Test yourself. Give yourself 10 days. Give yourself 10 days. Just say, I'm going to try the sister theory. Every time I catch myself doing something negative, I'm going to flip that thing around. Every time I'm getting ready to say something negative, I'm going to flip that thing around. God bless you. Test yourself and see. You don't have to believe me. Life is yours. You choose it. Either way it go, we're going back to the light because we came from the light. The darkness is the darkness that's here. And we'll live it here. But this can be your heaven just as well as your hell. I love you. Be easy. Good night.